With me here, I'm actually reading a leaked intelligence report, written top secret intelligence and risk assessment, which means this came from the intelligence. I'm not so sure which intelligence. Is it the military intelligence or it is the Central Intelligence Organization? But this is a report that comes from the intelligence. You can even see way it is written. That's how intelligence reports are actually documented. This intelligence report warns Emerson Mnangagwa about risk associated with the cabinet approving the amendment bill 2026, which seeks to reverse the 2013 constitution. It is not only extending the term of office for Emerson Mnangagwa, but it is intended to reverse the 2013 constitution. So I'll read to you the intelligence report. It's quite interesting. It's about 4 pages that have been leaked so far. It's written top secret intelligence and risk assessment. Let me greet and welcome you to your lovely channel, the Hloniphani Global News. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. So the subject of this intelligence and risk assessment report says procedural and substantive irregularities in draft constitutional amendment bill 2026 to be tabled by Minister of Justice, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs, Honorable Ziyambi, and an authorized departure from Mutare Conference Resolution number 1. So the intelligence reports makes it clear that Ziyambi departed from Mutare Conference Resolution number 1. Now it's dated 16 January. Let me check. It's dated 16 January 2026, which means Mnangagwa has been having this intelligence report. Source classification, multiple sources, and they are written obviously in, and they are quoted so that we cannot understand that. Dissemination controls for the Zimbabwe leadership, guarantors, handle via secure channels only. I don't know, now it's read by us. We always get the best news. You always get the best news here. Number 1, purpose and agency. This memorandum constitutes an urgent and critical review of the proposed Constitution of Zimbabwe Amendment Bill 2025, the draft bill, and its accompanying cabinet memorandum. Our view and critical advice is that the draft bill is fatally flawed on 2 fundamental grounds. This is the intelligence report. A, substantive non-compliance. It has been unlawfully expanded into a wholesale constitutional revision that flagrantly violates the specific narrow mandate of ZANU-PF's Mutare Conference Resolution 1. B, procedural illegality. Its very premise to effect a presidential term extension ignores and attempts to bypass the mandatory constitutional requirement for a national referendum as stipulated by Section 3287 of the Constitution of Zimbabwe. I think this sounds like a military intelligence. It is quite clear that the process that you want to undertake to extend the term of office, to expand it to 2 more years, it is bypassing 3287. Let's continue. Consequently, the process driven by the Ministry of Justice is irregular, procedurally defective, and risk plunging the party and government into a severe constitutional crisis and political embarrassment. This initiative must be halted by Cabinet forthwith. So the Cabinet of today has been pre-warned to actually halt this process. Will Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa listen? 2, the mandate, the precise terms of resolution number 1. Resolution number 1 was a clear, singular, and time-sensitive political directive from the supreme organ of ZANU-PF, the party. A sole objective to initiate the legal process for extending President Mnangagwa's term of office to 2030, ensuring continuity to the Vision 2030 agenda. B, constrained scope. The resolution was exclusively focused on addressing the presidential term limit. It was not a mandate for comprehensive constitutional reform, institutional redesign, or electoral system overhaul. C, guiding principle. It was framed as a necessary step for national stability and developmental continuity, requiring a specific legal adjustment. The resolution was an instruction to solve a defined problem, not to open a Pandora's box of constitutional change. 3, I'm reading the intelligence report for those who are joining us now. Critical analysis, gross substantive deviation from the mandate. The draft bill is not an execution of resolution number 1. It is a hijacking of it to smuggle in a separate pre-existing reform agenda. This constitutes a failure of mandate and a lack of discipline, specifically by the Minister of Justice, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs, Honorable Ziyambi, and the Attorney General, Honorable Virginia Mapiza, who are being assisted by the fugitive from Zimbabwean law, Jonathan Moyo, former Minister of the Government of Zimbabwe and now residing in Nairobi, Kenya. I think this sounds like a military intelligence, ladies and gentlemen. And the way it is written, you remember the dossier that was presented by retired General Chwenga, it's just the same. And the way it is written, the font, it is that of a military intelligence. It gives the vibes of a military intelligence. Now, they have written a table with number, I mean, it has columns. I'm reading this intelligence. I have decided to term it a military intelligence, though it was not coded. So in the first actual table, there is a number, which is A, then proposed amendment, second table, nature of change, and also violation of resolution. So they are now showing Mnangagwa how the resolution was violated. It appears, we've been saying there is a lot that is happening underground whilst people are sleeping within the corridors of power. Now, clause 2, new section 92, abolishes direct elections, replaces parliamentary election. Replaces with parliamentary election. So they are clarifying what the Ziyambi bill does. It abolishes direct presidential elections, replaces it with parliamentary election. Now, violation that has been identified. This is a fundamental transformation of Zimbabwe's democracy, altering the source of executing legitimacy. Resolution number 1 sought continuity within the existing system, not regime change of the system itself. This is a monumental, unauthorized policy shift. Hey. B, clause 3, 7, and 8 extends parliamentary term to 7 years. Clear? The violation. Resolution number 1 concerned the president. Extending parliament's term is a separate major constitutional change that alters democratic accountability. Introduced without party debate and mandate. And then the other violation creates delimitation commission, transfer voter registration to Registrar General, These are profound reforms to electoral administration and integrity. Among the most sensitive in any democracy, they are complex, technical, and require standalone debate. Their inclusion here is opportunistic and reckless, guaranteed to attract fierce opposition that will obscure the primary goal. Hey, this intelligence report served to the desk of Mnangagwa. Hey, okay. Now, clause 14 removes transparency in judicial appointments, public interview. A significant, the violation, a significant rollback of judiciary reform unrelated to term limits or Agenda 2030. Clause 15 amends Section 212 of Defense Forces Functions, changes wording from to uphold this Constitution to in accordance with the Constitution. This is a highly sensitive and dangerous amendment that alters the fundamental, okay, let me take it. This is a highly sensitive and dangerous amendment that alters the fundamental mandate of the defense forces. It could be misconstrued as diluting their constitutional duty and raises profound questions about civil-military relations. It is a matter of national security policy completely unrelated to a presidential term extension and introduced without any prior. It ended there. The leakage ended there. So this is the leakage that is already on public domain. It is circulating. I managed to actually get hold of it, I think faster than many people. When it was posted from the source, it was 3 minutes. So which means you are amongst the first people to hear this particular information. From my own view, this is an intelligence report from the military. Remember, apart from the Central Intelligence Organization, which is controlled by the presidency, there is also a standalone military intelligence that reports to the actually military commanders. To me, it is a warning to Mnangagwa, and I think on the next live broadcast, I'll be looking at will the cabinet overlook this intelligence report that has been submitted to it, and specifically to the leader of the cabinet, Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa. Let's connect on the other side of the live broadcast, but don't forget to subscribe. And also, you can financially support this channel by pressing the join button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. You can equally do so by pressing the thanks button and send us stars. You get top secret news from this channel. Ogan Move is signing off. Let me love and leave you. Let's meet on the other side of the live broadcast.